Hi friends, and welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Heather and I run a small handmade business called Lemon Tree Corner where I make project bags for makers like you. I also make purses and pouches and things for you to stay organized and keep your stuff in. So welcome back to the channel. If you are not new here, thanks for sticking around. As always, I really appreciate everybody who comes here. We're up to 95 subscribers. Holy crap. That's wonderful. I don't know how that happened because I was like at 81 a second ago and I haven't even posted anything for a couple of weeks. So that's wonderful. As you will have seen in the last video, we went to Kauai on a vacation, which was really fun and relaxing, and glad to be back, but also means I have more projects to do. I already had a lot of projects to do. Let's start this off. Oh, well, first we'll start off with when I get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a drawing. So stay tuned for a separate video with the drawing. I'm going to give away one of my project bags. I was thinking the chickens bag or one of the cat bags, but let me know in the comments which one you'd like to see in the drawing out of the bags that we've made recently, and I'll pick one or two options, and then what we'll do is that'll just be in a separate video. I won't go over it now. Just look out for that video, because when we hit 100, yay, I'm gonna do a drawing, and one of my subscribers, one of you, will win a bag. And if you're not a subscriber, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, especially if you've watched more than one of my videos. Come on in, you're like family, you found your home, let's do this. Let's just make the commitment, you know, subscribe. And even if you hit the like, make a comment, any interaction that you have is great for my channel. It tells YouTube that people are interested in what I'm saying. It gets me in front of more like-minded people like you, because it will suggest my video to people who watch videos like the videos you watch. So it's all good, and I would love to share the love with everybody out there and grow this community. Okay, so now let's start off with the haul, all the stuff I bought in Kauai. The first of which, where is it? I apparently went for things that were purple, which is very interesting because I like purple, it's not my favorite color. First, I got this beautiful mug. It says Aloha, really pretty. I always love it when the Airbnbs have mugs that correlate with the area that you're staying in. It's just fun to be able to drink out of a mug all week of where you're staying. So I decided to go buy myself one to take home. The next thing we got was this really pretty dress. Very pretty. It's got flowers on it. It's purple as well. It's kind of a really pretty grape color. It fits, but with the girls, there's some pulling on the buttons. There's some pulling on the buttons, so what I'm going to do is iron it flat and then sew that button panel closed. It's not necessary for putting on the dress, it's just decorative. So that's what I like to do with things like that, and that will keep it from pulling or gaping when I'm wearing it. And then I can probably tighten it a little bit more, because the first time I wore it, I was afraid to tighten the straps on the back and pull it in because it would pull. So that'll be nice. The straps are actually long enough or wide enough that I can wear a bra under this. So this might actually be something I can get away with wearing to work, which would be nice. So there's that. What else did I get? Oh, I got another sarong. So I like to get these beach cover-ups. It's kind of a souvenir every time I go somewhere, as well as just being practical. And that one's really pretty. It's very different. I don't have a purple one, so I was very happy to find this one. And usually what I do is I wear a swim shirt, one of those Land's End swim shirts, to the beach or to the pool or to water aerobics to help keep me from getting sunburned, because I have very fair skin. what I like to do is I like to wrap this around me if we're going on a hike or sitting on the beach or anything, or even taking the dogs on a walk sometimes. I'll use one of these. So it's very handy to have. And then of course I pack them all up when I go on vacation so I can have a different one each day of our trip. So that's nice. They're also good for patting your face when you get too sweaty. So that's nice. This one's actually rayon, which is different. Most of my other ones are cotton blend. So I don't know if this one's gonna make me hot or not, but it's also a really pretty one. You know, I have some, like I have a really fancy one I got on our honeymoon in Kauai 7 years ago that I use. It's more of a fancy one. So like if we go out to dinner during our vacation, I'll put that one over my shoulders. It's a nice decoration. So that I might save as a fancy one since it's a nice deep color. Okay, on to the real haul. We have the fabrics. Oh wait, one more thing. I got this cute chicken. He's so cute. It's just like a triangle, but he's got, you know, the rooster stuff going on, and he's a chicken. And I thought he'd be fun. I was thinking of putting a little embroidery. Whoa. I was thinking of putting a little embroidery thread loop up here and making him into a Christmas ornament. We already have a Christmas ornament from Hawaii. We like to collect those and put them on our tree from different places that we've been. And I just thought this would be a fun way to have another Christmas ornament for us. So I haven't talked like this in a long time. It's good to be back. Okay, so the other thing that we are going to be doing on top of the myriad of projects that I've already planned out for myself is we're going to make a Hawaiian quilt. Okay, so this is the inspiration photo for what I'm going for. It looks super easy. She basically took charm packs and sewed them all together in straight lines. No cutting, no nothing, and put it together as a quilt. I thought, oh my god, that's like so easy, because I was gonna English paper piece a quilt top for our bedroom. It's Hawaiian theme, of course. And I was like, that's gonna take me forever, because English paper piecing is by hand. And I'm apparently not great at that. So what I did, I saw this picture and I'm like, ooh, that's for me. That's the kind of easy first quilt that I need to be doing, right? Let's not overcomplicate things. So when I was in Hawaii, I went to several fabric stores and was looking for charm packs that I could use for this. And the charm packs, I don't know, they were kind of the boring fabrics and I didn't really like them. And I want certain colors in the quilt. I was thinking of doing the quilt front and the quilt back in the squares. So instead of having a backing fabric, it will be a reversible quilt, which would be great. And I was thinking of doing like darker blues and purples on one side and greens and pinks and yellows on one side. So so I need a lot of charm packs for that. And I just wanted the variety of color. And I wasn't seeing that in the charm packs that they had. And it was basically like one charm pack. So I'd have to buy like 4 charm packs and have multiples. So what I did instead, I was very drawn to the fat quarters. So I have made this exponentially more difficult for myself because now instead of having pre-cut 5-inch squares that I can zip sew together, I'm gonna have to cut all of the fat quarters into 5-inch squares. So that's gonna be more work for me. I also have to plan out how many 5-inch squares I want from each fabric. Because as you'll see, when I get in here, some packs have the same fabric. Like, this one might be different actually, but this pack has this fabric and this pack has this fabric. So I don't need 2 of those. I'm probably just gonna pull one of those out completely. I can make bags and pouches out of these as well, so the leftover fabric won't go to waste. But it's just one of those things like, okay, now I have to figure out how many squares I need of everything. Let me show them to you because they're just so beautiful. They're just so beautiful. And it was $19.95 and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8. There's 8 fat quarters in here for 20 bucks. Oh my god, I thought there was more like 5. I can't believe there's 8 fat quarters in here. I literally was thinking 5, and I was thinking, oh, $4 a fat quarter is, you know, I can handle that. Wow. Okay, so we've got, these are all very similar with the plumeria flowers. And then you have some other colors in there and leaves, and those look like hibiscus flowers. I don't really want to take them all apart right now, so I'm sorry that you are not going to get to see everything, but you get the idea. And then here's some darker ones with the hibiscus flowers and the leaves that take up more of the background, but there's still kind of a blue background in there. And this one's really pretty. I think these are all the plumeria leaves, but you've got like a nice dark blue here, and then the lighter blue, and then the green. There's not a lot of greens in here, so I'm happy to see a green and a purple background, very similar to my sarong, and a red. There's not a lot of reds in here either. And kind of a fuchsia-y, purpley one, and then an orange, which is nice, and a yellow and pink. So a nice variety of colors in that pack. And then we've got some more kind of fuchsias and pinks in this pack. So that's really pretty. So you can see there, I'm not gonna try and show them all to you because you can't really see them. And then some really pretty purple, you know, shades of purple in here. So what I'm gonna need to do is I'm really gonna need to take these apart, take photos, because this is the way my brain works. I need to take product photos of all those bags we just made and the progress keepers. So when I set up the light box, I'm gonna undo these and take like a proper color photo with the light shining down, so it's true color photo of all of these, and then kind of grid out the quilt. So I'm gonna need, is it 51 squares on each side? So I'm gonna kind of lay it out and see what I have and how many squares I'll need to cut out of each. Wow, I can't talk today. It's been too long since I've done this. Out of each fat quarter, just to make the most of the fat quarter, because anything, I mean, if I'm only cutting like 2 to 4 squares out of each of these, then I can easily maximize the rest of the fat quarter and make a pouch or a purse out of it. Another thing I was thinking of was cutting smaller squares and maybe piecing those together to make kind of the pieced project bags with the drawstring, because I have a pattern for that. And that would be really fun in these. So maybe I'll pick one to be the bottom solid fabric and then piece everything together. So that would be fun. Okay, let's get some water here. You can see the back of my head a lot. Oh, and I redid my hair after I came back from vacation, and it got really pink. It's like bright pink now. Okay, and at the other fabric store, I found these kind of more Asian inspired fabrics. And since I didn't have a lot of reds, I went ahead and got a pack of kind of Asian-y reds. And then these are all the same. It's just kind of a block print batik kind of thing in a fuchsia and orange. And there weren't a lot of greens in there either, so I thought this would be fun because it's kind of leafy patterns in here. You've got a lighter green, and then you've got this green. So just to add a little depth and a little leafiness to the quilt. So I don't know how many of these, I'll probably definitely use the greens, but I don't know how many of the other ones. And then, since they had pre-cut yards, I got this one is gonna be the binding of the quilt. And I really like that because I didn't really want a solid color, but I also really don't have this color in the quilt. I think we've got one dark blue fat quarter. Everything else is much lighter. So I think this will add some visual interest to the binding. It's not a solid color, but it's a nice deep blue that kind of stands out from the other vac quarters. Whew, that's a lot of talking. So I have to plot all of that out before I can even cut anything. So I'm going to take the pictures and put it into InDesign and kind of grid out where I want things, and then I'll have a visual reference for myself when I'm piecing it together also, because laying out a California king size quilt, which I wrote it down somewhere, it's like 108 by 120 or something, you know, it's huge. So having to do that, I have no surface other than the bed that I can lay all of these things out on. So I don't know how that's gonna work. I might actually have to, after I plan it all out on paper, I might actually have to lay all the squares out on the bed to piece them together. I really don't know. I've never made anything this big, so this will be an adventure. I really want to get started on this right away, and then part of me is like, okay, Heather, you have all this fabric back here piled up for the other set of project bags. I have to take the product photos for the other bags that are done and need to go in the shop. That Moroccan blanket ain't going anywhere. I think I'm 3 kits behind on that thing at this point. And the Christmas blanket's piling up. And this is one of those things where it's like, I love being ambitious and I love making plans and having ideas, but I just need to give myself a lot of grace and just be like, I can't get all this done. I have a full-time job. I have a home to, you know, cook and clean, and dogs and husband to take care of. So this doesn't get my full attention or time, and I just need to like take it easy on myself, that when I've come up with all these wonderful projects to do, I can't get them all done right now. So just bear with me, and I know a lot of you feel the same way too, that you just can't get everything done that you want to get done. And I know I have time. These don't all have to be done now. I can be compassionate with myself and give them time to develop. And if this is something that I'm more passionate about and excited about right now than the Moroccan blanket, then that can just wait. That's, you know, I want to put my energy in places that make me happy, and I've got time. I'll get to that. So that's where we're at with all that. I also remembered Christmas in July. Remember that? A few months ago I talked about this project, and I want to make these felt ornaments and an advent calendar where you take the ornament off and you put it on the tree each day. So I have all the supplies for that, and of course we're most of the way through July at this point. So maybe I will make it Christmas in September. The whole idea here is that I want you to see it, so that if it's something you'd like to do for Christmas, you have time after watching me do it to pick it up and pick up the supplies and have time to make it for Christmas. So I don't want to like make it in Christmas and then you'd have to wait a whole nother year to make it and use it. But I don't know, maybe that would be good Christmas content. I'd like it done in time for Christmas. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Christmas in September might be a better time to do it. I did buy some other fabric I want to show you. So I might cut these up too, because like this is a totally different pattern than the other ones in the pack. So it might add some nice visual interest with that white background. But I bought 1 yard pieces to make bags out of. And this is another one that might be really good to cut a few squares out of for the blanket. And then this one is Birds of Paradise with these really pretty leaves, which I thought would make a nice bag. These might make purses, or those swim bags that I made, the pool bags. And then I got 2 of these really pretty batiks to be the linings for those. So probably should have gotten 3 of these. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure with all the bits and pieces, something will work out with that. But so there's some more. That's all the Hawaiian fabric. Now when I was at the Vicky's quilt store, which is more of the normal quilt store, the Kauai stitchery, they had more of the Hawaiian fabrics. They had a little bit of regular fabrics as well, but mostly catering to Hawaiian fabrics and visitors, I think. When I was at Vicky's fabric shop, which is more of the local normal fabric shop with the normal fabric in it, she does have some Hawaiian fabric, I spotted this beauty, which is something I had put on my favorites on Etsy a while ago, like a long while ago when I started sewing and didn't know what I was doing. And I was afraid to pick it up, didn't know what I would make with it. And then of course it was out of stock by the time I decided that I wanted it. And it's so pretty. So I'm very excited to have found this. I think I got 1 yard or 2, I might have gotten 2 yards of that. And then I got this Tula Pink fabric for the lining of whatever I make with that. What I might do is make a very large zipper tote to be like for things like these larger crochet projects that I'm making. I'm not sure. Might also be nice to make an apron. It's just so colorful. I really love this. I mean, it's all about sewing, so I kind of want to do something sewing related instead of necessarily crochet related. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. We will see what happens with those. This is like the longest intro ever. I'm so sorry. I have so much to talk about. Okay, so this week we're going to take the product photos. We're going to kind of start planning out the quilt grid, and I'll share that with you. I also want to work on the, I got to show you the corner to corner shawl that we started before the plain. Okay, so to have something to do on the plain, I took that beautiful pumpkin-y fabric that we had and I restarted the corner to corner shawl idea. So here's what we have so far. So we're just going to make one big triangle shawl, and this is the linen stitch pattern. Now it's kind of doing the same thing here that it did to me on the other yarn, which is it's kind of a self-striping yarn, but obviously doing this, it's not meant to do like a corner to corner thing, so it's definitely block coloring kind of weird. But I'm going to embrace that and just go with it. So that's as far as we got with that. I don't know how soon I'm coming back to this with everything else that's going on. So it's just going to get worked on when it gets worked on. I'm trying to think of anything else that I'm forgetting from the trip. I was very disappointed. I went in to edit the trip, and of course there's like no Hawaiian music on Epidemic Sound. So I use Epidemic Sound for all the music that are in these videos, and I've been really happy with them so far. It's like a $15 a month subscription, totally doable, copyright free music, so you're not going to get dinged, you know, when you put it in a YouTube video. And once you put it in that video, even if you're not subscribed to them anymore, you know, that just is a lifetime of whatever you've downloaded and put in a video you can use. So I really enjoyed that. I'm kind of making a music library for myself out of everything I've downloaded. And obviously I put the songs in the description. So if you're interested in any of those songs, you can go find them, add them to your Spotify or wherever else you listen to music. Oh, my throat's getting scratchy, guys. Oh, I'm gonna get a cough drop. Okay, sorry, excuse the cough drop if you can hear it on the video. So anyway, I used Epidemic Sound and I was all excited to go find some Hawaiian music. or slack key guitar music or anything, and they have absolutely nothing. So I was very disappointed. So I tried to pick some music that had an island feel and that kind of thing to put in the video. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And let me know if you have any questions about the trip. If you want to know any specifics of where we went, that kind of thing, I'd be happy to share that with you. So just put a comment down below and I'll be happy to answer that. And I think I'm talked out. My voice is hurting. My cough pretty much went away when we were in Kauai. So I think for my scientific deductive reasoning, there's just not a lot of humidity in my house. It's very dry, especially using the air conditioning in the summer. So I'm gonna have to work on getting some humidity back in my life in order for my throat to not hurt. Okay, so that's enough talky. Let's get some work done. See you in a bit.
You think you know me? Say I'm as cold-hearted as they come. You think I'm slowly cutting my ties with you, that I'm done. Here's what you don't know. Feelings, they grow slow. I've just been caring for mine. Now I can feel it. Now I believe it. Baby, tonight is the night. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up. In the name of love, I'm not giving up. Get on you. In the name of love, in the name of love. In the name of love, in the name of love. You think it's easy, yeah, falling in love, well, maybe for you. I think it's crazy, oh no, but I'll be damned if I'm not a fool. Here's what you don't know. Feelings, they grow slow. I've just been caring for mine. Now I can feel it. Now I believe it. Baby, tonight is the night. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up. In the name of love, I'm not giving up. Get on you. In the name of love, in the name of love. In the name of love, in the name of love. You think you know me? Say I'm as cold-hearted as they come. You think I'm slowly, no, 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 cutting my ties with you, that I'm done. But I'm not done. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up. In the name of love, I'm not giving up. Get on you. In the name of love, in the name of love. In the name of love, in the name of love. I never felt the way I do about anyone but you. If I were to lose you now, I don't know what I might do. You're in all of my dreams, whether I'm awake or I'm asleep. My love ain't going anywhere, babe. I'm in this way too deep. Yeah. your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We live it like this could be our final day. We're dreamers. Don't care what the others say. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive.
Okay, so now it's time to update the website with all of the new products we took photos of. So this is really easy. I love Squarespace. The only difficult part was setting up the shipping, because I have to do shipping per item. I can't do shipping per order, which is kind of annoying. So if you order from me, there'll be a shipping price total at the end, but just know that I'm going to refund whatever money isn't used in the shipping process, because generally you'll be paying more than I really need for the shipping. So we are going to go under project bags. Here's all my project bags. If I was smart, I would have put these into another, I don't think I can do a subcategory. So these are all the squishy project bags. And then I am going to do a new one. Oh, actually, if I am smart, we will just clone one of these guys. If I can remember how to do that. Here we go. Duplicate. Duplicate, and then it's got all my settings in there already. So that's nice. So I'm going to do Oxford project bag. And then I've got a name for each of them. And I have a general product description for these that I'm going to put in there. There it is. So I've basically got a generic description for that. And then I'll put in, like, if it's designer fabrics, I'll put that in. So let's look at the first one we have. Okay, the first one we have is the yellow one with the blue flower background. So then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to pull up my inventory spreadsheet, because I've already named all of these. Something I like to come up with fun names for things. So I have named this one Prairie Flowers and Sunshine. Oh, that's sweet. Okay. And we are gonna replace all the images. Oh, actually, we're gonna delete all the images, because this is the previous bag, not the bag we're actually selling. So I'm gonna upload my photos. If everything organized, which is very handy. So Oxford project bag. So I'm gonna take the best one. Oh, you know what we didn't do yet? We didn't crop any of these photos yet. My bad. Okay, I'm gonna have to go in and edit all the photos first. But you get the idea here. So I would put in a general photo, and then a few photos showing the bag in use. So you get an idea. You're not really getting an idea of size here. And then so you can see the inside with the little progress keeper holder. And then the price, which is a little more than the other ones because the extra pocket fabric and everything, it takes more time. And quantity, I've only got one of each of these designs, so I'm listing them separately. And then it gives me a SKU number here, and I can copy that into my spreadsheet. And then I have to change the featured image. And I'll probably go with like one of the fun ones for that. So you get the idea there. So once we upload that, I'm going to save it for now just so that you can see it in action. Oh, I can save it without publishing it. Okay, that's good. It's hidden for right now. So I'm going to go in and edit the photos. But you get the idea here. We've got the name and the price and the description and the bag dimensions. And then you can cycle through and see all the photos. And I'll clean up all those photos before we, ooh, that one's blurry. And get rid of that one. So that's the trick to that, and I'm going to put all of these Oxford project bags and all of the progress keepers up on the site. And those should be available by the time this video comes out. So please check out my website, which is www.lemontreecorner.com, and you can get one of these pretty bags.
What's your weakness? What's your type? Somehow I wanna know all about you. Deep connection lights a spark. You already know me when we dance in the dark. We're dreamers. We're living. We're dreamers. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive in the nighttime. Something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. Oh, we come alive. We come alive. Oh, we come alive. Tell me that you want me. I can see you want me by the look in your eyes. Tell me that you want me. I can see you want me by the look in your eyes. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive in the nighttime. Something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. Oh, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive.
Thanks for joining me this week, folks. I'm gonna keep this short as the video is already longer than I was thinking it was gonna be. So thank you all for joining me this week. Had some fun times. All those products are up in the shop now, so if you're interested in the project bags or the progress keepers, they're all live, ready to be purchased at www.lemontreecorner.com. And I just want to say a big thank you for all my subscribers. We are at 120 as of today. Wow! So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. And I have a special giveaway that I'm doing. I've posted a separate video about that. It's already up. So if you're interested, you would need to respond, comment on that video by the end of Monday, August 1st. And you have your choice of bag. Option number 1 is the Oxford project bag with those pockets on the outside. Option number 2 is this pretty bag with some pockets on the inside. And then if you're not a maker, I've got another option for you. It's a little wristlet pouch that you can put pens, makeup, anything you want in there. It can be a little bag around town as well. So just want to say a big thank you for being here. And I'll see you next week when we have an interesting new development and time sucker in my life. Okay. Bye everybody. Love you. See you next week.